I work in cardiac electrophysiology. I'm a cardiologist, so I treat patients coming into hospital and coming into clinic. And electrophysiology is looking at the electrical activity of the heart. It's kind of interesting for me because I'm working sometimes at the cellular level, what's happening in the heart cell, and that affects what the heart as an organ does, which of course affects the person, but the person sits within a community, and it's the community that gets affected. And so when I see patients in the clinic, we see whole families who can be talking about a deceased relative. They can get quite emotional, but there's a desire from them and from us to come up with answers. Because the first thing somebody asks if their son or daughter's died is why. So one of the things I'm doing at the moment is an international consensus document where we have 28 experts from around the world trying to come up with a consensus on how to investigate someone with sudden cardiac arrest. Now that person may have sudden cardiac arrest and survive, or they may have sudden cardiac arrest and have died from that event. And the reason we want to find out what's going on with that person is that we can make a diagnosis that might be a hereditary condition. And if they have a hereditary condition, then obviously we can put into place protection for the rest of their family so that the same thing won't happen to them. So one example of when you find out the impact that you've had on the community is that you run into people. I live in Hamilton. It's not a big place. It's got a big hospital, which is great, so I can bike to work, but still do cool things on patients referred from all on the upper North Island. And you see these people in the community. And one time I was in the supermarket, and the wife of one of my patients was there with their kids. And I said, "Hi, how are you?" Because I know I went to school with her, and I know her husband quite well. Of course, I've done his procedure, and I was chatting to her. And then a couple of aisles later in the supermarket, one of the kids says, "Mummy, who's that man?" And she says, "That's the man that fixed Daddy's heart." So that's the sort of thing that really makes you motivated to do stuff.